I hope everyone had a wonderful Christmas because the Dallas Cowboys ruined my Christmas. But Grayson Allen almost ruined my Christmas, but he did not, in fact. He did not. A Luka 50 burger was sitting under my tree. And I was just
Yes,
wondering when it
sir.
was going to be redeemed. I was like, when is he going to use this? And he just decided to use it right there and then.
He needed
So
it.
yeah, guys, welcome to Austin and Ollie Sports Podcast with Austin and Ollie, of course. And make sure you guys follow us on all the medias. We got TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, our personal handles. I'll be listed in the description. If you're on YouTube watching us, it's on the template. But TikTok, Austin Ollie, Instagram, Austin_and_Ollie. So yeah, let's talk about Christmas, man. How was your Christmas?
It, baby. It was good, man. It was nice. Good around. Got to spend some time around family. Spent Christmas Eve with my parents and my family and Emily, and then Christmas Day with all of her family and sisters and niece and all that stuff. So no, it was a really good time. Kind of hung out. It's good to be around family and all that stuff. Got some nice time off of work, but get back to the grind tomorrow, which blows. But what about you, man? Anything
Were you
cool?
off today? Were you off today?
Yeah, I was off today. Which is
so was everyone else, man. It took me 20 minutes to get to work, man. It was kind of lovely.
I can imagine. Oh,
I woke up and I got because I always check just to see how long the drive is to work, just to see traffic, whatever. I saw 20 minutes instead of 40. So I said, it's more time to sleep.
Go back to sleep. Yes, sir. You have a good Christmas?
Yeah, not too bad. So yeah, I was in the. We'll talk about it with basketball. I was in the armpit sadly to watch the Mavs get obliterated.
So when you saw that lineup, you had
dude,
you had to know.
As I pulled up to Houston Thursday,
yeah,
and literally as I parked my car in Houston, and I checked my phone, and it's like Luka Doncic out for Friday. Texting my friend, I was like, "Hey, bro, is it too late to get a refund on these tickets? We're about to see some bums play."
Yeah,
and
bad.
Bums.
It was bad.
There are Hawaiian rolls out there, man, bro. God. Well, yeah, it wasn't too bad. And I drove to Austin. It was a bad drive. I drove to Austin Saturday night because we spent Christmas in Austin on Saturday. It was a pretty bad drive. I need new tires, and it was raining.
Yeah, so the rain was crazy this weekend.
Yeah, it wasn't even that it was raining bad. It was just kind of misty, and it was just always there. So I was just kind of
sus.
Yeah, not too bad. Would you get anything cool, bro, or what? You get everything you asked for?
Didn't ask for much, man. Didn't ask for much. Yeah. Just kind of hung out. It's kind of weird because just me and Emily with my parents, so it's not like I'm asking for the world. So no, I got a nice watch, which was cool. So super grateful for that.
Okay.
Yeah, it's crazy. So
boy got the rollie.
Nice Nah. I ain't got no rollie. But no, other than that,
if you're on the YouTube right now, he's showing off the rollie as we speak.
Hey, come on now. No, we did that. And then we do a Secret Santa with Emily's family. So I got a new pair of shoes, got a sweatshirt, and I need some work pants. Nice. So, kind of asked for, I don't want to buy myself khakis, but somebody else did. So big time.
Yeah, that's what's Christmas for. If you don't want to buy it, someone else will, right?
Yeah, I couldn't tell you the last time I asked for socks or underwear. I just asked for them at Christmas. That's when I get somebody else to buy them.
This guy's smart. He's like, I don't want to go buy them. Someone just buy them for me. I'll wait till Christmas, bro. Yeah.
That's it, baby.
For the yearly supply, bro. That's smart.
That's all you need.
I really just got golf stuff. I got golf stuff, really. My family's trying to find out. It's like, hey, this guy golfs. So, got me some golf khakis, some Nike ones.
Okay, come
golf
on now.
Polo. I never thought I'd be excited for, a golf polo. Dude, as a kid, I'd be like, why are you... But now I'm golf polo?
Yes.
Please.
I'm telling you, I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is, but I feel like these last, ever since I graduated college, if I get clothes at Christmas, I'm pumped because it just means I don't got to go spend my own money. I get something that I want, and I'm just I'm all right, come on now, give it to me. Yeah, give it to me.
That's definitely it. Ever since college, it's just clothes. I get so excited. I'm like, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
I need new hangers now, but yeah, I'll take it. I need it. I'll take it.
But with that, we got New Year's coming up, so I don't know. I mean, sure we'll do something. What we're doing is still in talks, but we'll figure that out. But I guess we can go ahead and get to the tough news here. Cowboys lose 22-20.
Enough with the yapping, bro. So
yeah. Cowboys lose a close game. I think it was back and forth most of the game.
Yeah.
22-20 against the Miami Dolphins in Miami. Dak 20 of 32, 253, and 2 tuds. CD started out hot. I think 4 for 98 in the first quarter.
Yeah.
and then was pretty much quiet the rest of the game. What do you think about the game? I caught most of it because that was Christmas Eve, so I was able to watch pretty much up until the fourth quarter, and then I had to go to mass. So anything that I missed, anything, I guess you were driving at the same time too. So I mean, any thoughts of the game? What do you think about it? All that stuff.
Yeah. Well, I got there. I was able to I got to Austin the day before, so I was able to watch the game. Well,
Oh yeah,
we stayed up late because it was just like family stuff. So
yeah,
stayed up late drinking and stuff. Went to
absolutely.
church in the morning. Came back. Everyone kind of took like a charge up nap.
Yep.
A little nap. So I wake up and it's like 3 something, and I'm like, oh fuck. I missed like the first couple drives, or I missed like most of the first drive. Got on my phone, and then I saw the Austin, you still there? I just saw you just.
I'm here.
Oh, okay. I just don't see your camera.
I definitely have it, so it might just be on you. But
okay,
hold
cool.
on.
All right, Austin's still here.
Yeah, I'm still here, I think.
Okay. But yeah, so I get on my phone and I'm seeing us drive down the field. I see Tony Pollard. I guess I haven't heard your take on this. Tony Pollard should have took that to the crib, right? Like he should have walked the dog.
Yeah, he should have taken that thing. It's weird. You can see a screenshot of if he, instead of cutting back inside, which is what he did, and gets wrapped up, he could have had a foot race to the pylon and had a shot at taking that for 6. I also just think the way he got wrapped up was just so weird. Like it didn't make any sense to me.
How did his whole body cross
just
the
like spin?
plane?
But the ball didn't. It didn't make any sense, and it's just like. That's cool. That just didn't make any sense. It was kind of just like a mental error, just like a typical like, oh, here we go again. Like you kind of know what you're in for. And then I can't even say that I'm mad about what is it, Hunter Lupke?
Yeah, our fullback.
Yeah, like I can't really even say that I'm mad about the idea of using him there. It's just, it's weird to me that, the previous 14 games, he hasn't really had a feature or a usage outside of special teams. And all of a sudden in the game, like a big game, you're like, all right, like I'm going to use him. And they used him as a pass catcher early that drive. He was in a lot over.
I was about to say, he was in a lot in that first drive.
Yeah, he was in a lot over Dowdle, which doesn't really make much sense. So, I don't know, man. It was just weird. It was just kind of a weird decision all around. I would have liked to see, like, Tony Pollard. I would have liked to see Rico Dowdle at the goal line. I mean, even a QB sneak from Dak, like just something other than that. And I guess like you think like, all right, like I got a big fullback here, like he has a good shot at like taking this in, but it's just a weird play call, and just obviously like just poor execution. And I guess like looking back on it, right, like that's the game. I mean, obviously I think that
first drive.
Yeah, first drive, and it was a great drive. I mean, take the ball down the field, like taking up a good chunk of time, like really, really good, like converting on a big. I think it was like a 4th down, or they got lucky on some like flag. It just a whole lot of stuff happened. Like it was pretty effective, and then just to do it like that, man, it just blows. And obviously, right at the end of the game, they drive down the field, kick a field goal to win. Like it just. Sucks. It sucks. And so, I mean, you kind of wish, especially the last 2 games, you kind of talked about it, like these are the 2 games to see, like, okay, are the Cowboys for real? Are they fraudulent? Well, it's leaning a lot more towards the fraudulent side now, especially after these last 2 weeks.
Yeah, no, it's tough. It's funny because the beginning of that game, if they're listening right now, my friends, and they're real friends if they're listening, so plus to y'all, but we definitely like kind of ruined our friendships because of that first drive. My friend was protecting, like he was glazing the fuck out of Pollard, and I said, dude, I was like, we all here don't play football. We've never played football. You gotta
take that in.
But I mean, why did he cut in? Like, like
you gotta take that in.
Props to who tackled him though. Like, that was a hell of a tackle. I mean, absolutely. I could tell you, I have no idea how he was able to wrap him up, spin his whole body, and the ball does not cross the plane. Like, props to him. Like I
would honestly, when I saw it, I was pretty shocked because it didn't make much sense to me. Like you would have expected like just lower shoulder. Like you're a running back in NFL, you know what you're signing up for, and I get it. He's more of a speed back or a scat back or whatever you want to call him, right? But still, like you have a little bit of like you could run, like try to run him over. Like you're on the goal line. This is like getting to the end of the season where we need big plays. Like make a play.
Yeah. And back to your point, if it's a speed back, like you said, he's a speed back. He knows that. Why didn't he just speed to the
Just
pylon? He
go
wins
to the
that
pylon.
every day.
Go to the
Wins that
pylon.
every
It just
day.
doesn't make any sense. Or it just it's just always this. That's the story with the Cowboys, right? It's woulda, coulda, shoulda. Up, they shoot themselves in the foot again. Up, most penalized team in the league. Up, defense can't make a big play when you need it. Up, offense has some sort of mental error that causes a busted drive or a busted play. Like it's just stupid stuff here and there, man.
Yeah, it's just a story being retold, man. It's just yeah, and like a lot of people like, if you think that play really like defined the game, and it's like, you score the touchdown, you don't know. And like I told you last week in the last podcast, if you guys were listening, I said that if they win the coin toss, they'll go ahead and take the ball first because they like playing with the lead, and that's what they did this week, right? They won the coin toss.
Just what they did.
Yeah, won the coin toss, and they drove down the field, and that was a key 6 or 7 to have on the board. Like, yeah, it's still early in the game. You still had time. You still got the lead. You were to go back and still score. But, I mean, we're not talking. I don't know if we talk about it. Yeah, I don't know if we talk about it like this if you win the game outright.
But no, like, and I think it just changes the whole outlook of the game. It changes the whole tone of the game. Like, today, I think the defense were able to force the Dolphins to punt on their first drive.
Mm-hmm.
And so imagine, right, you go up 7-0, force them to punt, and then I think they scored a touchdown on their second drive, the Cowboys?
Yeah. I think it was that big, that CeeDee Lamb touchdown.
The CeeDee Lamb touchdown. So, like, to go up 14-0 in 2 drives in, like, while you're the road team, like, that sends a tone, and that's a completely different game. And that changes the Dolphins playbook. That changes everything that they call. That changes what the Cowboys call because they're instead of playing with they're playing with the lead. Like, and I think on defense, right, like it forces Tua to throw the ball more than he did, which, I mean, he still threw the ball 37 times and had almost 300 yards, but like, I'll give it to the D-line. Like, it felt like the defensive offensive line was just struggling all game long, and it felt like whatever it was, we had guys that were getting to the quarterback or at least, like, not even if it wasn't a sack, it was still just pressuring him and making Tua throw a bad pass or a pass that maybe, like, I think it was the first drive of the game, like the D-line got to him and he basically threw a ball to Tyreek Hill, which if Tyreek would have caught that, it would have been 6. But because of the fact that the D-line got there right in time, I think that it causes it to be misplaced. Tyreek can't judge it, and then ends up being like it just saves us. We get lucky. So I think that just going up 14-0 completely changes the dynamic of the game, completely changes a lot of things. And I mean, at that point, who's to say that we don't run the score up on them? So it's just that first, and you would like hope that the first drive just isn't that much of a tone setter, but for whatever reason with this team it is. And it feels like these last 2 weeks, like they just haven't set the tone early and just made stupid little mistakes, and it just costs the game. And so, you hope that we're about to play a good Lions team at home. So you got to hope that this like is fixed. And, obviously we've been so good at home. So, I mean, you need these next 2 weeks to go in and kind of set the tone and kind of get everything a little bit back on the right track, I guess. So definitely sucks. You gotta get to it next year or next week. So.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. And then you would have thought that we talked about the rushing defense, and you mentioned the question with Michael Parsons playing linebacker, and we definitely saw that a lot this game. You saw him a couple times here and there, just line up as linebacker to maybe slow down the play, and I mean it worked. I mean you outrushed them, believe it or not, you outrushed the team.
Yeah,
you outrushed them.
97-1, 97 yards to 91 yards.
91. You hold Raheem Mostert, he's still got his reception tutty. I mean, he's going crazy. I mean, he barely even plays. He doesn't play that much. I saw him put the camera on him. He's on the sideline more than half the time. But he just comes in when he needs to. I mean, 11 for 46. Okay, Devon Achane, 7 for 24. Jeff Wilson played a big role too. 5 for 21. He got that big first down, I think, to put the game to bed. Just ice it with the field goal.
Yep.
And, I mean, you shut them down. So props to the rush defense in that case.
Yeah.
In that perspective, like they were able to still shut down this 1-2 punch.
Yeah, and I feel like this game isn't on the defense. I mean, I feel like against Buffalo, you could have said that the game was on the offense and just like
Mm,
them not being able to get in the rhythm, like force the defense to stay out there and just allowed Buffalo to chew up the clock. But I think that this was purely on the offense. I think just like I said, just mental mistakes and just not getting that lead when you had the chance to, and not executing when you need to. So I mean, obviously it sucks. I mean, we were kind of big on the like, Dak is playing like at an elite level and was leading the
yeah.
MVP conversation 2 weeks ago after the Philadelphia game. So it's just and I don't even think Dak really had that bad of a game. It's just you just don't guys just aren't making plays, like just stupid penalties. I mean, like how we talk. I mean, we have it on here. Like, how much do we want to blame the officials? I mean,
Mm,
just not getting like it just feels like the calls that we're getting against us and not like and for us are just not bouncing out. Like, I mean, to not have a holding call, like an offensive holding call again for our defense, and since week 6 or for how 36 quarters is
yeah,
just
from Micah, yeah.
yeah, it's just absurd. So it's just a lot of stuff, man, that it's just not going right, and kind of just losing football all around, losing football.
Yeah, and yeah, I guess I mean you answered the question yourself. You said you blame the offense. I mean, I think so too. I mean, they just started off really slow.
Yep.
Props to them. They were able to get things rolling towards the end. With Brandon Cooks with the touchdown, a
Yeah.
great throw by Dak and the read. And I know it's only one person in the O line, but I mean Tyron Smith, the Hall of Famer, you're
Yeah.
missing out on him. And you have Udoga that just was playing like dog shit. He was
Yeah. What's
getting
new,
teared
baby?
up in the
What's new?
fucking in the commentator booth. They were just pickpocketing him every way, and like it just seemed maybe he just wasn't there. I think in that play where Dak got sacked on the goal line, it was a play action. I
Mm-hmm.
don't think he. I'm surprised Dak. I'm props to Dak for not fumbling, bro. He came on his blind side and he held on still. He just went right past him. I think he. I don't know. They're just giving benefit of the doubt that maybe he just didn't hear the call that they were switching at the
Yeah.
audible,
It's just like
and
the
it was just small things like that, and he was just getting beat up. So I don't want to put too much blame on Dak because he was getting pressured a lot, and I just don't know how you don't get CD involved after he cooked the whole first quarter, and you
yeah.
decide to
It's
wait
just
after the second and
uh,
third quarter and the fourth quarter to give him the ball.
yeah. Just a lot of it, man, just doesn't make much sense. Like, and I know last year we did it, and I don't know why we haven't done it this year, but like when Tyron was hurt last year, we moved Tyler Smith out to left tackle, and that's what he was drafted as. So maybe we just see like, hey, like, I mean, I guess it's you don't want to like break one position to fix another. You know what I mean? So like there
Mm,
could be that aspect, but still like it's tough, man. And I feel like there was numerous times where Dak was running for his life or taking a sack or having to bail us out. I think I remember there was one play like I don't remember who he completed it to, and it was probably in the second or third quarter, but he was like getting tackled and like still like somehow found somebody open and got a first down. So it's just yeah, offensive
yeah,
line has a lot of stuff, man, and it's just it's not good. And I think like looking back 2 weeks ago at the Philadelphia game, I was like, I don't think there's a team that this team can't beat. But now it's just like, man, like you got to figure it out. Like the talent is still there, the ability to win games is still there, but they just like against the two of the best teams they played all season just hasn't shown, and it sucks.
where do you have them now? Realistically, where do you think they're heading towards in the playoffs?
5 seed is probably what it's looking like.
Yeah,
I mean, I guess right, like that's an easier. You would think that's an easier draw. You would get the home, like you'd get an away game to the NFC, like the NFC South champ, which
hmm
is I think it's going to be the Bucks at this pace, but like the Bucks are
yeah,
cooking.
yeah.
So I mean, it's and at that point, right, like is that a team that I mean we beat them last year, right? But I mean, is that a team that you think that we genuinely have a shot at beating, especially if we're going to play like this? Which I would assume that you do, but still, man, it's just you need a lot of things to go right, and you got to win. You got to start winning games, and you have to win these next two. I think these next two are must-win games going into the playoffs.
Yeah. You definitely have to beat the Lions on a Saturday at home. Definitely did not know
Oh,
that
it's
was a Saturday
Saturday. I didn't
game.
even
I was
know
about to say
that.
definitely I had no idea it was a Saturday game.
Whoa.
Yeah, it's a Saturday game. It should be starting by the time we end golf. I think it's like a 7:30
Seven
kickoff on
15.
Saturday.
7:15.
There
So
you go, 7:15 on Saturday. So
I
yeah, so
like that.
Cowboys play on Saturday, guys. Don't forget. update your fantasy lineup if you're in the fantasy lineup finals, because I'm in 2 finals. I should have been in 3. I should have been 3 out of 3, but I didn't. But it's okay. It's okay.
Can't relate.
2 out of 3. You're not in any fantasy playoff finals?
Got bounced in the first round for 2 leagues, and then got bounced in the semis.
Oh, that sucks.
You know, it doesn't
I'll
hurt,
change the subject
doesn't help
for
when
you.
your 2 quarterbacks. Yeah, it doesn't help when your 2 quarterbacks get hurt going into the playoffs. So, yeah.
I won with Brock Purdy as my quarterback.
Anyway,
I'll tell you that. I won my semifinal match with Brock Purdy as my quarterback.
Well, my quarterbacks.
So what's your excuse?
My quarterbacks were Jake Browning and Zach Wilson.
I'm sorry.
That was when Zach Wilson hurt my team. He literally hurt. I didn't even need to start him. I didn't even need to start him, and I would have had more points. He had -1 point.
This past week?
2 weeks ago when he went out with a concussion.
Oh god.
So yeah, that was.
Let's
tough,
let's stick to.
Anyway,
we'll get past the Cowboys.
Next.
We'll talk about a little more football.
Yep.
Brock Purdy 4 picks. Finally getting
About
exposed. Unlucky. Did you watch the game?
That fraud. I didn't have a chance to watch any football. I didn't really watch much football this weekend.
He's that fraudulent. He didn't watch the game. He's a fraud.
Get him off. He's a fraud.
No, I mean I was loving it, obviously, and yeah. Do you believe in the Ravens too? Do you believe in them?
Yeah. I think they're the best team. I've kind of thought that they were the best team in the AFC. And the AFC is a good division or a good conference, but I mean Lamar's playing well. They have they have a good defense and they have great run game. Yeah, great run game too. So, I think that the Ravens have as good of a shot to win. But I think this season has just been such a hit or miss. Like, I mean, who's to say that? I mean, who's to say that the Lions can't win? Who's to say that the Bucks are getting hot right now? So I mean, the Bucks are hot. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like this season there's been so much parity in the NFL that.
And I like it, to be honest. I love it. Yeah,
you can't really say there's not really one team
clear-cut favorite. It was the Niners.
Exactly.
And you just saw them get embarrassed at home. Absolutely embarrassed.
Yeah, and that's what I've said, right? Like it just feels like anybody can lose to anybody this week or this year. And I hope that the Cowboys can figure their shit out because this is as good of a year to go to the Super Bowl as the Cowboys could have. But I mean,
I think if it's any year, it has to be this year. And it should have been the year when we had like Amari Cooper, CeeDee Lamb, Michael Gallup in his prime, Dalton Schultz. What was that?
I mean, Zeke.
Was it Zeke 2 years ago?
18. No, it was like 18.
Oh, that too. Yeah, that too.
Yeah.
So, oh, man, it's just and definitely this is the most confidence you have in your defense.
Yeah.
And the same thing you could say about your offense, but just kind of flip-flops. It looks like you really haven't seen like both of them just collide together at the same time yet.
Yep.
So we'll see when that happens. Tyron Smith probably won't play this week. Don't know if what's our D lineman's name when that was hurt?
Oh, Hankins.
Hankins. I don't know if he'll play. I mean, it's a sprained ankle on a big body.
Yeah,
so, I mean that's
I think that's better than what we were expecting because I thought whenever he went down, I thought he tore his ACL because they were checking his knee and all that stuff. So
no, it was just a sprained ankle, so that's good.
Yeah,
but maybe they're holding them off for playoffs, which is good because I mean, definitely a big part missing out on the run defense, and obviously you need it's just one O line, but just shows you how valuable an O lineman is because
absolutely
the next backup one's terrible. I mean, shit. So. Don't want that to happen. And so do you think that MVP conversation, like you said, I feel like this year has just been kind of whatever can win it, whatever. So why can't this year be the year that we finally give it to a non-quarterback? I think Christian McCaffrey definitely has a shout and Tyreek Hill, but I know it's not going to happen.
Yeah, I think that it sucks for receivers because I don't think that a wide receiver will ever be able to get a MVP trophy, and it's the same with the Heisman in college. I don't think this day and age the wide receiver will ever be able to get an MVP or a Heisman for the sole purpose of the fact that they're not getting the ball unless the quarterback throws them the ball. You see what I mean? And so you have to be somebody that's like a special transcendent player that is like just whenever you have the ball, like you're taking it, you're making a play, you're doing whatever. And I think that that's the reason why you won't see, like in college, you didn't see Marvin Harrison Jr. win the Heisman, even though he was in the finals, and
Yeah.
CJ Stroud as quarterback wasn't. Like, and that's the same reason why you're not going to see Tyreek Hill make it. Is that one? Tyreek has missed he missed a couple games, so he's not going to win it because of that. But two, like he's not making plays if the quarterback doesn't get him the ball. So I think there's that. I mean, Christian McCaffrey, I don't see why he doesn't have a shout at winning the champion or winning MVP. I think he's made big plays, but also again, right, like he's not doing it without the offensive line blocking. But I mean, I guess you can say, right, like that's the same. That's the same
This is
with
the
the quarterback.
healthiest we've seen McCaffrey too.
Yeah. So
And
I don't
we've
know.
seen
I
it
mean,
in full effect.
yeah, I think Lamar is kind of going to be the odds-on favorite, but again, right, I think part of it is it just sucks, but it's a quarterback award until proven otherwise. And I mean, we can count on McCaffrey and Tyreek Hill to be in conversation for, offensive player of the year or whatever and whatever. I don't remember if it's separated by conference or if it's just in general, but I think one of them are going to probably win OPOY, and then, Lamar. I don't know. I mean, it's probably Lamar unless Dak can make a convincing case, or
I was gonna say, do you
Jalen
think Dak and Purdy are out the race already, or no?
No, I mean, if Dak, like, say Dak lights it up these next 2 weeks, I mean, I think you could easily be back in the race. I mean, you kind of have to do it against the Lions because the Lions have a winning record. But I mean, I don't know. It's tough. I think and you kind of have to hope that Lamar kind of has like a pedestrian next 2 games. But I mean, it's not like Lamar is somebody that is, just totaling a ton of yards. Like Dak has a pretty good I think like a pretty significant advantage of Lamar in like yards, touchdowns, all that stuff. Like Lamar has 19 touchdown passes.
Dude, Dak
to
has
7
30.
interceptions.
Dak has 30
exactly.
passing touchdowns.
It doesn't make any sense. But also, right, with Lamar, you get the running side of it. So, I mean, how many yards does Lamar have running the ball? Can't even tell.
I think he only has like 700.
Yeah, he has 786 this year in 15 games with 5 touchdowns. So, out of that's 4,000, 4,100 total yards, 24 touchdowns, and 12 turnovers. So, like, realistically, that's not a great stat line in my opinion. But again, it's also based off of overall, effect of the game, I guess you could say. And I think that Dak is, I don't know. I mean, it is what it is. It's the bad thing is it's a success driven award, and so you need to have success. And when you're not beating, teams that are, the best in the league, it's hard to have success. So I don't know. I mean, I think this week doesn't like hurt him in regards to his overall like MVP candidacy, but it doesn't help him, I guess you could say, because you need to win.
Sure, yeah.
So but I guess NFL wise, you got anything else?
No, not really, man. Just disappointing, bro. Just fuck, man. Another week to get better, to show them what's up, and then you just don't.
Yeah, it's. I feel like it's a depressing topic to talk about because it's just not any fun. Like, it was fun when the Cowboys were winning, and
we're on such a high.
all this side. Yeah, it's just.
Yeah.
Well, Dallas Mavericks. Talk about them.
Woo.
Have a good time.
Let's talk about them.
So split the week 2-2, which I think looking into it, I think it's better than what we had talked about as the bare minimum.
I think we said realistically that'd be 2-2.
That would be it, right? I think that you kind of knew that we were going to beat the Spurs, and we did. And you had a feeling that, especially whenever we saw the injured list against the Rockets, we kind of knew that they were going to lose that game. So that's automatic 101 right there. So it's just the Clippers game, which they were down, and then they ended up making a big comeback. I think leading at one point 105-104 in the fourth quarter. To lose that game is tough. You were there. What did you think about it? Tell me a little bit about behind the scenes.
Yeah, it was excuse me. Damn. Fuck. I got some nasty shit in my throat, bro. Fuck. But no,
Pause.
it was a fun. Oh, come on, dude. No, don't pause me. Don't pause me. I've said some more outlandish shit, but not that one. Yeah, no, it was a good time again. Just watching. I mean, Luka put up 28. It was really quiet in the fourth quarter. Didn't really do much, and I mean, you just saw Kawhi in fucking action, doing Euro steps and just can't stop him in the paint. And obviously, I knew that. I mean, without Derek Lively, he does end up coming back on this after this week. He came back and played against the Suns, so definitely a big playmaker, changing the game. So I mean, yeah, you see the team come back. You see Tim Hardaway. He's in right there with 21 points. You got Derek Jones 2 for 19. So I mean, that's a good ass stat line. But Hardy with 15, too good. Grant Williams kind of getting a shot off. Yeah, but you had Dwight Powell start, so that was kind of bad again. And what at the end of the day, what loses you that game is just your rotation. I mean, Luka was playing 44 minutes. Hardaway played 37. Derek Jones Jr. 39. Dante Exum 40 minutes. Like, you're gonna get tired, and that's what ended up happening. They just got tired. They got the lead for a little bit, but Luka doesn't get a break until, I mean, obviously halftime and stuff like that. But Luka didn't sit until, or last time he sat was after the first quarter. He sat for like 2 to 3 minutes.
That's so
second
crazy.
quarter, how he usually does, which they had switched that up. The way he plays the game with Kyrie's there, like all last year was play all first quarter, sit a couple of second, come back in, play the whole third, and then depending on the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
But now with Kyrie, they used to split that up. But now that Kyrie's gone, so Luka's back to
his shoulder the load.
Play the whole first quarter again, sit for like 2 to 3 minutes, come right back. And it just showed, like, it definitely gets them at the very end that they don't trust their other guys. And, I mean, I can't blame them on that lot. And I was thinking about it the day after. Like, Paul George didn't even play this game for the Clippers. Yeah. I had no idea.
Crazy,
like,
man.
I was just watching him, and, like, he didn't even play.
It's crazy.
Yeah, that was a Clipper game.
Yeah, and I think that, I don't know. I think that's, like, you can kind of see that, especially with Kyrie being hurt. And I think that everything has come to say that he's slowly starting to get back. And I think they said that he's back on the road. He was on the road trip with him.
Yeah, and I think he's off the boot, so that helps a lot.
Yeah, so you got to hope that, he gets healthy soon, because I'm kind of concerned about Luka is that, we've seen these last couple seasons that at some point he kind of goes down with like a weird injury, whether it's, sprained ankle
back,
or just
like quad or neck or
just
something.
Something. And so you don't want your star player to be playing 44 minutes in, the middle of December. Like, you want your star player playing 44 minutes in April right before the playoffs. And so that's just a lot of stuff that you kind of have to be kind of cognizant of. And, it's, Luka, for the fact that he even is in the best shape of his life, I would assume, like, or at least since he's been in the NBA, I agree, but still, like, you don't want him to shoulder that load, and that's just going to build up through the rest of the season. So you got to hope that at some point, like, he's able to kind of take a little load off, maybe play, let's bring the minutes per game down to like 32 minutes or something like that, like where he's not playing 40 something minutes a game. So, I mean, some of these blowout games are nice because you can kind of sit them and you don't have to worry about it. But still, so moving on to the Rockets game, which you were also there. No Luka, no Dante Exum, no Derek Lively, no Kyrie Irving. Who else was out? Anybody else?
Josh Green.
No Josh Green.
I mean, your typical Josh Green,
Maxey. Yeah, they weren't playing. So I mean, that's 5 guys that play significant minutes. This game was Tim Hardaway Jr. and a bunch of nobodies, which is crazy. I mean, Omax, Prosper, 20 and
led the team with 20 baby.
Points.
Yeah.
Who is Dexter Dennis? Who is that?
I don't know, but he was hooping 17 minutes, 18 points, 5 boards, and 4 assists.
I was like, I saw him.
Garbage time for you, but I'm gonna go hoop.
Yeah, I saw him on the stat sheet, and I was like, "Who is Dexter Dennis?" Like, I don't even.
Yeah,
know
I was gonna put just Dennis, but I was like, nah, I'm gonna put Dexter Dennis on this, so you can see the Dexter Dennis on the score sheet.
Yeah,
he tore it up when he came in. He tore it up.
I guess he's on the G.
He's on
2-way.
88%. He shot 88% from the field.
That's impressive. What is he? A guard?
7 for 8. Yeah.
Yeah, he's a shooting guard. Oh, nice.
Yeah. So I mean, at this point, I wasn't paying attention. Like, I was just kind of watching. I was like 3 Modelos deep. I knew this was going to be a long day.
Attaboy. He's a man now.
I, at some point, had more Modelos drank than 3-pointers made by the Mavericks
That's
that game.
tough. Yeah, it's
They
absolutely
were 1 for
brutal.
21 at some point, and I was like, dude, you shot 20 times and you have not made them. Why are
Yeah.
you still chunking up threes? Like, I know you live or
Well,
die by the 3-ball, but holy shit, they live or die
yeah,
by the
it's
3-ball. Holy crap!
yeah. So I mean, that game.
I'm gonna
It's
forget.
not a lot to talk about. Yeah, there's not a lot to talk
Yeah,
about.
we saw
So
Markieff Morris start at center that game.
crazy. Makes no sense.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Beat the Spurs in Dallas, right? I was in Dallas.
Yeah, in Dallas. Yeah, they went back to Dallas on
Yeah.
back to back. Yeah.
Beat the Spurs 144-119. Nice little Luka 39 in 32 minutes. Tim 23 points. Dante Exum another 20 piece. I would say a lot of the like hype around like Wemby, Luka, that was kind of put to squash pretty early because Wemby was hurt in warmups by rolling his ankle on a Mavs
Props to that guy.
staffer.
Yeah, what a guy. He probably lost his job,
I mean,
but man, I'd do it again.
Yeah, and I don't even think that would really help that much because I mean, Wemby. I mean, when you have Jeremy Sochan running point guard, you're not going to.
Hey, he led the team with 23 points.
Yeah. Well,
23, 9, and 4. Not too bad of a stat.
How many wins do they have this year? 4? 5?
Do they really have 4? There's no way.
Maybe. They don't have a lot. I'll tell you that much. I mean,
they're 4 and 24.
Yeah, so I knew it was pretty bad. So they're not good. You got a fun little moment caught on camera. Looks like the vibes are starting to pick back up again.
Yeah.
So,
Yes.
You want to talk about that? I thought that was pretty funny.
Yeah, no, I thought it was. I didn't watch the game. Because I was going to Austin, so I didn't watch the game. Yeah, that was the 23rd, so Christmas Eve.
Yep.
Yeah.
Christmas
so I was
Eve.
just keeping up with it. I was gonna listen to it on the radio, but I was like, I saw it was a blowout. I was like, okay, yeah, definitely don't gotta watch this anymore.
Not worth it.
And no, yeah, I get on my once I get there, I get on my phone. I see they catch the camera with Luka. They're doing like the neck thing where you do the thing. So I don't know if they were explaining to him that if he didn't know what that was, but they were talking about like if you put your hand out, but if they catch it, then you neck yourself, right?
Yep.
Like if I were to do it to you.
Yeah.
So I don't know if they were teaching him that concept or if they were just teaching him the game in general. So I thought that was funny because Luka was like, he looked so confused.
He was like, just the way he was looking, and then he like leans over to Derek Lively like and talk to him about it, like
yeah, and then he sees like the camera just standing on him, and he's like, oh
yeah.
fuck, he's like shit.
He just like you knew that like it's one of those things that like you just know he has no idea, and like
probably not,
just,
yeah.
It's funny. He's just like I feel like he's one of those guys that just like I said, I think I said a couple episodes ago, just like that foreign exchange student that like is fun to have around, like, and he just doesn't know anything, knows nothing, and you just gotta like teach him as he goes.
Yesterday? What he did yesterday in the Suns, the pregame, and everybody was making fun of him. You haven't seen it?
No, what did he do?
When he's running backstage, like when he's running off the court.
And
he's like, I'm fast, and he's just running. You haven't seen that?
No, bro, I've not been on my phone.
What?
I've not been on my phone.
Oh my gosh!
I'll have to find.
Look at this boomer. But yeah, no, he's like, it's after like before the Suns game, like he's like coming back after warmups, and he's just sprinting back to the locker room, and he's like, I'm fast. And someone quoted him was like, 50 burger incoming, and guess what? He drops 50 on him.
And we can talk about it now. Big dub
Let's do
against Lucas Kids, 128-114 in prime time.
It was a great game to watch, dude.
Luka dropped a 50 piece. Derek Jones Jr. 23. D Live is back 20 and 10. Crazy.
Oof. Yeah, he looks so good in the paint, bro.
And that's kind of what you want. Luka, third most points in a Christmas game ever. And then let's see, he also scored his 10,000th point, which is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
6 fastest to 10,000 at 24 years and 300 days. And tied for the second fastest, I think it's with Bob McAdoo or somebody like that. I don't know. He's tied with somebody for 7th fastest in terms of games played. Unreal. I mean, I caught a little bit of the game, but I was driving back and all that stuff, so I didn't get to see a bunch of it. I've been a bad fan recently, like I said, but been off my phone. So
yeah, man, what the fuck, bro? Come on, dude. You have a sports podcast, or you're not fucking watching your team play?
Talk to your cousin.
Damn. Okay, I got someone to talk to. I gotta talk to someone, guys. Don't worry, I'm gonna fix Austin for you guys. I'm bringing him to golf Saturday, so I think we're heading in the right direction. No, it was a good game, man. It was on Primetime, like I
Yeah.
said. I had no idea that ESPN Plus you can watch ESPN games on.
I didn't know that
Did
either.
you?
I didn't know that either. No, I didn't know that
Yeah,
either.
because I was trying to watch it on blank and blank, rhymes with Weast. But it's not working for me anymore. I'm telling you, I'm this close to buying a Bally Sports membership because I have nothing to watch it on. And then, but I have Hulu that has like the bundle package with Disney Plus, ESPN.
Oh yeah.
And remember, I think I looked it up just to see, like, I forgot why I looked it up, and then like it took me to ESPN, and it said watch on ESPN Plus, and I was like, because I always thought ESPN Plus was ESPN Plus, not ESPN.
And I think you got lucky because some of them are like that, but some of them are to where you can watch it. So it's just I think probably because it was prime time, maybe it did it. I don't know.
Yeah, and I thought it was gonna be blacked out. I was like, if I have it and it's blacked out, I'm gonna be pissed. I was gonna be so pissed. But yeah, I was able to get it. I put it on the TV. 9:30 tip off is crazy, by the way. Some of us had to work today, like I said at the beginning of the podcast. Some of us had to work.
That was part of the reason. That was part of the reason why I didn't want to watch it either, too. I had work off, but I needed to get some sleep.
Dude, I was tired at like 8:30, 9 p.m. I kid you not. But I was like, I can't go to bed. I was like, I gotta watch this game. Derek Lively's back. It's gonna be somewhat exciting against the Suns, obviously. And then 9:40 rolls around. I pull it up on the TV. I was like, okay, this is awesome. And then I saw that the Mavs had a pretty good lead at the beginning. I was like, you know what? Maybe it's a blowout. I can go to bed. And I was so close to debating, maybe I should go to bed and wake up and just see the final score, like the box score. And I said, nah, I can't do that. So I set up to like 12:30. 12:30, like a real fan. Like not like the other guy on the other side of the screen.
I was 2 hours deep in sleep, brother. I was 2 hours deep in sleep at that point.
No, I stayed up and watched it. I saw the 50-piece live. I saw Grayson Allen try to be the Grinch of Christmas, dude. He had tied the record for most threes.
Points. That's crazy.
Yes, he tied the record for the most threes. But so did Luka. At this point, it was just him. It was 8 threes in a Christmas game, and 9 was like to break it. And I was like, if I see Grayson Allen break the 3-point record, like I was just gonna. But then Luka ended up tying it too. He had 8 threes, and he got the 50-piece. And I was just thinking how much bigger of just how the game would have been. It was, a 14-point game at the end. But how much bigger would it have been if Grayson Allen isn't on his shit? I think he had like a 17-point third quarter. He was hooping.
Yeah, he ended up with 32.
Everything. Yeah, he was getting everything.
32. This is crazy.
32, and the next guy is Metu. I was like, I don't know who Metu is, but we gave him a career-high 19 boards, by the way. So, 23 points and 19 for him. Booker, got 10 assists. Cool. Played 40 minutes, only 20. Kevin Durant was pretty quiet, too. 16, 8, and 7. Rebounds, assists, nice. But, other than that, together, they combined for 36.
Which is crazy because now I think
Luka.
the Suns are below 500 now at this point.
Yeah, they're under 500
which
now.
Is crazy. And so your Dallas Mavericks sitting pretty nice still tight in the Western Conference, but sitting nice in the 5 seed. A game above, I don't remember who it is, but they're a game above the play-in line, which is good.
Yeah, above the Clippers. So they're 5th right now above the Clippers.
Yeah, so gotta keep winning. Obviously, right, 30 games into the season, I think the Mavs are 18 and 12. So
yes,
got to.
That's massive. I love that. That's massive.
It's a great start. Got to get healthy. I think you're starting to get back. Derek Lively
when this
came
team is
back
healthy,
yesterday.
bro.
It's gonna be nice. And speaking of when this team healthy, I don't remember who said it, but it came out that the starting lineup is gonna be Kyrie, Luka, Dante Exum, Derek Jones Jr., and Derek Lively. So taking Grant Williams out of the lineup, which is probably worth it at this point because he's just hasn't had a shot. I think big time. I think he played big. I saw that he played big defense against Booker or Kevin Durant yesterday.
He kind of got in his head for a little bit. I think that was pretty good too. He got in a little scuffle.
And I think that it's tough because we spent money on him. We need him to start having a shot. But I think at this point, there's no shame in him coming off the bench and just being that guy that's locking up their best player. And if he's
I think more of a defensive presence. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think we need him to be there on that defensive presence, and that's hustle and wherewithal and know your job and know what everything's coming. So I think I like that starting lineup of Kyrie, Luka, and Dante Exum because it gives you 3 primary ball handlers.
Yeah.
Luka kind of can shift out to be that. He can play small forward. That's kind of what he came into the league as, was a small forward anyway. And then now to have Kyrie and Dante Exum being point guards too, I think is going to be massive. So pretty interesting to see when that happens. Do we have a timeline on when Kyrie's going to be healthy?
They have yet to say anything, man. It's just kind of just whenever. I don't know.
Just kind of, yeah.
I mean, they never really
That
told us
sucks.
about Lively either. They just kind of said that he was off
This
or he
kind of
was
said
questionable. So that's what kind of was like, oh shit, he's definitely gonna play. And then
Yeah,
I
so-
guess once you see Kyrie questionable on the PR, then that's when Kyrie's good to
yeah,
go.
he's gonna have a chance. He's pretty.
Yeah.
He's in the ramp up process, is what they're saying, and he's not
He missed
playing
9
against the Cavs
games.
on Wednesday. Yeah, he's gonna miss his
Yeah.
10th against the Cavs. So hopefully, comes back soon. I mean, I could see him. Luka is questionable, but he's gonna play.
Yeah, he'll be fine. Yeah.
Kyrie's out. Josh Green's out. Maxi's out. So hopefully, hopefully Luka. I mean, we kind of need Luka to get some rest. So it'd be nice to have him, sit a couple games, maybe here or there, come sometime soon. So, but that's the Mavs, man. Do you got anything else on the Mavs? There's one other story I want to talk about in the NBA wise, but I think Mavs wise, that's kind of all I got.
Yeah, nothing much. Mentioned it
Yeah,
quite full story
like
early
that.
in his career. Around him so much better, and how he's a primary ball handler. Like, what do people say when they talk bad about Luka? Right? The comments are, "Oh, he holds the ball too much," or "He's too much of a ball
Yep.
hog," or which all those things is true. I think statistically, Luka does hold the ball more than like anyone.
What
in
he
the league.
should.
Yeah,
Yes.
but he had 15 assists, and how he just get like this is Derrick Jones' career like season for him.
His career year.
He's been
He's
so
already made
good.
more
Career year.
He's already made more threes this season than he has in any other season in his career.
Exactly. Look, and you're only 30 games in. And like,
It's crazy.
I think that's what people say that don't watch. I mean, it's easy to talk about your team because you watch them, right? But
Yep.
when people don't watch Mavs games, they're just like, oh, ball. Luka's no one wants to play with Luka because it's Luka ball. Like, no one wants to do that. But you have to see how much the different pace they're playing now. They're telling Luka, hey, yeah, that slow shit works, but let's just speed it up a little bit. Speed it up
Yep.
a little bit. And we're looking way better on the fast break. Guys like Dante, you're making guys like Dante Exum look good.
I mean,
Derrick
he's having a
Jones
career.
Jr.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, and it does amaze me. Like, if you think about it, the way that, I mean, Luka does hold the ball a lot, but the way he's still able to distribute the ball to all of his players
Yep.
and just have confidence of them to make the shot. It's just, I mean, props to him. I love that.
And it's just, I think that you kind of can understand like the fact that it's tough for somebody like that. This is not used to. It may not mesh, or you're not used to it, but like Lucas just makes everybody around him better. And so, I mean, and there's so many like proof. There's so much proof in it, and it's just like you need that supporting cast around him to kind of show and just capitalize on that. And I don't think we've really had it other than the year that we made the Western Conference Finals. I think that was 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah,
I don't know, man. I think that this team has a lot of fun. It's just we need a couple more pieces. I think we're a piece away. I mean, Kyle Kuzma could be great.
Yeah, I think just getting another big guy.
Kyle Kuzma
just a backup big guy.
Yeah. And so I think you need another guy that you can count on night in and night out to get points. And I think Kyle Kuzma's a guy that you could do that. Big man. I mean, we talked about it last week. I mean, Isaiah Stewart taking a swing on James Wiseman. Like, those are some good shouts. So I don't know, man. I think that would be nice. But speaking of Isaiah Stewart and James Wiseman,
how's their team going
tonight? Just had a NBA record-breaking 27th. You heard that right? 27 straight losses. So the Detroit Pistons, after starting 2-1 in October, they have since lost 27 straight games. And fun fact, your World champion, Texas Rangers, they have won a game more recently than the Detroit Pistons, and the Rangers stopped playing. Your World Series champion, Texas Rangers, stopped playing over almost a month and a half ago, almost 2 months ago. So pretty crazy to think about. They lost tonight, just before we started recording. They lost tonight, 118-112 to the Brooklyn Nets. Cade Cunningham dropped a 41. He dropped 41 on them and still lost.
I think it was the first time since like I have no idea who I saw. It was like a long time since a Piston had dropped 40.
Yeah, so just kind of fun thing to watch. A fun little storyline. I mean, they just gave Monty Williams, their coach, a bag this previous offseason. I think they gave him $100 million, and he's coached them to 27 straight losses. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, that's the Detroit Pistons. Hopefully they start blowing it up and start shipping out people, get some draft peaches. I mean, it'll be a real shame whenever they go to 7-83 or 7-73. or 74, 75, and get the 4th overall pick, thanks to the lottery. But I mean,
That's
it's crazy.
the bad thing about the lottery. Yeah.
There's some bad teams right now. I mean, we said it earlier. The Suns are 4-20 something. Who else is bad?
The Spurs, yeah, the Spurs.
The Spurs.
Yeah.
The Spurs are bad. The Wizards are bad. The Jazz are bad. The Hornets are bad. There's a lot of bad teams in the NBA right now.
The Grizzlies, it's kind of hard to.
The Grizzlies are going to
overlook them just because.
Because
of a
Jaw's
job
back. But the Blazers are bad. The Blazers have won 7 games, so a lot of bad teams, but none worse than the 27 straight loss Detroit Pistons. But with that, let's get the gloves, swing it around the outfield a little bit. We got a little bit of news to talk about.
Let's do it, man. All in the outfield, sponsored by no one, guys. Sponsored by me.
Yeah, it's tough.
You're welcome. Tough. It will get a sponsorship soon, I promise, because people love All in the Outfield. I hear everyone always tell me, just can't wait I can't wait for All in the Outfield. I can't wait. Well, I can't wait to tell you this news. Mitch Garver, your DH, hit a grand slam against the Orioles and a big part in your postseason run. Has signed to an AL West opponent. He has gone to the Seattle Mariners for 2 years, $24 million. So you're gonna see him quite often. As a DH, they have their catcher too, but I guess they were okay with giving him that money for a guy that's probably 2/3 of their season. So that puts your depth chart for the Rangers, Jonah Heim, and that's it on the MLB roster at least. On the 40-man, you have Sam Huff. If you guys remember Sam Huff, we have Sam Huff as your backup catcher right now.
He stinks.
But the thing is, he was such a big prospect, bro. He has like a 500-foot bomb in the minors. Mm-hmm. So he's definitely a power hitter, and I know a lot of people were trying to convert him to first base or DH because he's massive. He's way too big to be a catcher. He's like 6'something, 6'3" plus, I think. So he's a big dude.
It's not like Jonah Heim is a small guy, though.
Yeah.
Jonah Heim is pretty tall guy.
I think he's not Sam Huff big, though. I think Sam Huff is he's pretty big. So that obviously doesn't help if you're looking up. Yeah, let me know when you find that information.
I'll pull it up. But I came up with the wrong Sam Huff.
What other Sam Huff is there?
It was Robert Lee Sam Huff. He was a football player in the 1920s.
Well, now you know.
Died in World War II, I think. Sam Huff is 6'4", 240.
Okay, 6'4". That's pretty big. Jonah Heim's what, like 6'2"?
That's a big dog.
6'1"?
Yeah, but he's tall and skinny. He's a little skinny guy.
Yeah, he's tall and lengthy. Yeah, but Sam Huff's a bigger dude. Way bigger dude.
Yeah. Okay, we'll continue. Jonah Heim is 6'4", 220. So I told you he's big.
Oh my god, they're the same height. God damn.
Yeah, big dog.
But yeah, so, but I don't think the organization wants to go with Sam Huff. They've tried him a couple of times here and there.
Yeah,
he was here for the COVID season, and it's just he has yet to click. It's kind of a bad. I mean, that was supposed to be your big prospect at catcher, but it turned out to be Jonah Heim. So. And on the free agent market, there's really not anyone crazy. I mean, you're looking for a backup catcher. Austin Hedges left, so he's out the market. So you probably get some via trade.
Yeah, I guess that's good
as a DH. I did hear. So I listened to the fan Mike Bassett did mention that. What if they tell Foscue, hey, the only way you can play is if you learn how to play catcher.
I can see it.
And
he's a middle.
He's a crazy switch up. He's a middle infielder. You're right. He's not going to play. He might be your DH though for this year. He might be your DH if you don't get anyone.
We got a little Wyatt Langford action to DH. Wyatt Langford to DH.
Quick. Nah, they won't come with that quick.
Hey,
you gotta have him in the outfield too. Fuck.
I guess I was gonna say. Right, I mean, yeah, I don't know. I was gonna say who you pull out from the outfield. Yeah, but I don't know. I mean, maybe
that's the thing. That's the thing. That's a good problem to have. It's a great problem to have.
Like, would you pull a Dolis? Like, I don't think so. Would you? No,
pull... you keep a Dolis and Leo and Carter. Yeah, you have to.
Okay, so it's Leody.
And the thing is, Leody might be a trade piece. Leody might be a trade piece, and not.
Yeah.
It would hurt my heart a little bit, but I mean, he's probably gonna be part of a trade.
Wow,
part of
interesting.
Yeah, Cowboys. I said the Rangers. The Rangers lose their catcher/DH Mitch Garver to the Seattle Mariners. You will see him often, and I mean, I was a big fan of him. He came via trade. We traded Isaiah Kiner-Falefa. That was another guy that played catcher for us at some point, but he was a Gold Glover at third base, and he could play can play anywhere technically. I think I've seen him play everywhere but first base. He played the
Yeah.
outfield for the Yankees,
Yep.
infield for us,
Oh, wow.
and catcher for us. So big utility guy. So definitely something the Rangers have done. And Austin wanted to play YDKB this week.
Yeah.
And we haven't done it in a minute. But go
I
ahead and
said
run your
that
lap.
I said that Yamamoto was going to go to the Dodgers, and Oliver said, no, he's not. He's going to go to the Yankees. And sure enough, a couple days later, he signs a 12-year, $325 million deal with the Los Angeles Dodgers. So, Ollie.
No, Los Angeles Dollars. Yes, you got that right the first time.
Yeah. So Ollie doesn't know ball. So we'll say I said it. It's his segment, and he doesn't know it. So just want that to be known. This is the guy that you guys are listening to.
Guys, I watch my sports teams. I'm just letting you know right now. Unlike fellow co-host Austin that doesn't watch his sports teams.
Hey, come on now.
But you can listen to it if you want. I mean, it's a duo, but if you had to pick one,
correct. But I was correct.
Maybe I was trying to be different.
It's not even my own segment. Maybe it's not even my segment, and I was right.
Let me talk about my segment. Let me ask you a question on my segment, okay? Taking my spotlight. So, so 12 years now, and 10 years with Shohei Ohtani. What do you think is a success or a failure, however you want to see it, for the next 12 years? Like, how many championships do you think the Dodgers have to win to say, yeah, it paid off?
I think
the next
you have
12
to win.
years. Realistically.
You got to win. I think you got to realistically win 3 or 4. I think you have to win probably 25%, 25% of the World Series, because there's obviously variance every year. Somebody's going to get hurt, so on and so forth.
Mm-hmm.
But I think if you don't win, and let's call it the 12 years that Yamamoto has, if you don't win 3, I think that's got to be a failure. And I mean, it's hard. It's hard to win a World Series. I mean, it's been shown. Like, I mean, how many years have the Dodgers or the Braves, like specifically this past year? I mean, they were two of the best teams the 2 best teams in baseball, had 2 wins, 105 wins, something stupid like that, just to lose in the first round to a wild card team. So it's so hard to win in baseball, and it doesn't really matter because teams get hot at the right time. But also, like, you've seen, like, I think Yamamoto, he in the MPB, or not the MVP, in Japan, he like just would absolutely shit the bed in the postseason. I think he was giving up Kershaw numbers.
It's the Dodgers, man.
Like,
it's the Dodgers.
It's just stuff like that like, you never know, and you just never know how somebody's going to perform, and they may be the regular season team every single year where they're averaging 110 wins. But at the end of the day, you got to have the guys that make plays in October and November, and like the Rangers had that, where they had guys that were just coming up big, and it wasn't always the same guy. I mean, it was Mitch Garver one week, or Corey Seager,
Leote,
felt like all the time. Leote, Adolis. I mean, even Evan Carter made some big plays.
Josh Young,
made a big play. I mean, like, you just got to have guys that are going to make plays, and it feels like the Dodgers don't have that all the time. So you never know. But I think you look back in 12 years and the Dodgers don't have at least 3. I think 25% is a good shout. So we'll see.
I think that's a good number. 3 is a good number. Because I generally just wanted to know, is like, you paying for this much for the next 10, 12 years. So, I mean, you're throwing everyone to everything to shit after that, because there's no way you can afford anything after that with the Shohei Ohtani contract. So I think 3 or 4 is a good shout. I think 3 is good. And sticking with the foreigners, Yuki Matsui, I think I said that right. Signs for the Padres for a little 4-year, $21 million contract. He had 6 seasons of 30+ saves over there.
That's crazy.
Whichever league, yeah. He's a short king. He's just like me.
Okay.
He's 5'8". He is going to be one of the shortest guys you'll see on the mound. Yeah, it's going to be one of the shortest guys you'll see on the mound in a long time. Since 2015, there have been only 5 MLB pitchers who are 5'8" or shorter.
Okay.
And he has a funny release too. I was watching a bit of his clip. So when he pitches, you're going to tell he's 5'8", just like the way that he throws. You can tell.
He looks 5'8".
Yeah, he looks 5'8", and just like his the way he's just like animated and stuff, like you'll tell. So the Padres got a good one. We'll see how that translates into the MLB, but 30+ saves, 6 seasons, that's crazy numbers. Also the thing, so he's a lefty. I saw this in an article, I think it was MLB.com. So 96% of the splitters thrown in the MLB in 2023 were all by righties. and only 4% of them were thrown by lefties. And that's Matsui's secondary pitch. It's a strikeout pitch, really, is that split finger, or that splitter. And it's coming from the left side. So a bunch of MLBers have not seen that. I mean, like 4% of them, or 4% of the pitchers only throw that in the major league right now as a lefty. So definitely going to succeed in that.
Okay.
And his fastball is like in the 94, 96 range. I think he tops off at 96. So nothing too crazy, but definitely going to have a bunch of swings and misses. Let's see if they can figure him out or not, or how long it'll take them to figure them out. And another stinker of a guy.
I like a signing like that. I think that's fun.
Yeah.
I like a signing like that. I think that's fun. I think it's different. And it takes a shot on the guy that, like, hey, he's 20, he's going to be 28, I think. Like, I think that's a good shout.
Yeah, I don't see why. I mean, he was definitely under the radar name. I mean, obviously with Yamamoto. Who's the other guy we were talking about?
The Shota Imanaga.
Yeah, that guy. He still hasn't signed yet. So he was definitely under the radar as a closer. I mean, but that looks like they're definitely losing Josh Hader with that conversation.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to see him. I mean, I'm just excited to see everyone. Every time I see someone
Short
from,
King.
like, yeah, first and foremost, the Short King. Can't wait to see him. So that's gonna be fun. But like Young-Hoo Lee, like I'm excited to see him ever since the WBC and like on MLB The Show. I love this card, so just to see them on MLB stage, it's just fun to watch. Clearly.
Yep.
On the other hands, stinky Martin Maldonado, signed with the White Sox. He's gonna be playing.
Good for the White Sox.
Somewhat baseball. I don't know what they're gonna call it over there, but they're playing baseball, I guess.
It's not good baseball.
Yeah. So Martin Maldonado leaves to the White Sox. That is just funny.
That's fun.
That's fun. Yeah.
Well,
and then
anything
just
else?
quickly. There is new rule changes. If you guys missed out. So the pitch clock is going down a couple seconds. Like I don't know why they're shortening it again.
Yeah.
But they're going to shorten it again. So 18 seconds to the pitch clock when runners are on. Mound visits also went down from 5 to 4 to speed up the process. Like if they didn't speed up enough of the game already.
Yep.
So they're cutting down the mound visits from 5 to 4. I don't know if I'm a big fan of that.
Yeah, I'm not super big about that.
5 was already fine, and to take it away from them, like,
yeah,
I don't know.
I think
they shaved off half an hour average.
Yeah, and I think that was more like it was more than enough. I don't really think that 2 seconds over the course of a game. I mean, I'm sure it will add up, but I don't think it's going to add up significantly.
Yeah, I think it's like 15 minutes.
Yeah, and I think that I think there was another rule change that if a pitcher starts to warm up before the start of the inning, they have to throw a pitch that next inning or something like that.
Oh yeah, that too, yeah.
So it's just stuff like that. I mean, I guess it's cool they're tinkering it with it and try to like make it more enjoyable to the casual, but still, I think that there's some point where they just changed these rules. Let's keep it for a couple years, see how it kind of causes pitchers' arms to react and stuff like that. But I guess that is what it is. I mean, that's what they want to do. So I mean, obviously we're not going to stop them.
I thought it was fine. I thought the time was fine.
I thought it was fine. I thought 3 hours, 3 hours was an average game. I think that there were even some games that were in and out in 2 hours,
like
when
2
it
and a
was,
half.
when it was pitchers' duels.
Every now and then you'll see like hour 57. I'm like, holy crap.
Yeah, and I think that was and now who's to say what's it going to be now? I mean, you're going to have an hour and a half game whenever it's a 1-0. I mean,
I won't be surprised. Yeah.
So,
and especially with the mound vits and stuff like that. And the last one was, I was trying to find a way to explain this if someone asked, but the runner's lane to first base has widened to the infield grass.
It was 6 inches is what it changed. So
yeah, I mean 6 inches.
I don't know.
That's a lot.
Okay.
It's a lot.
Sure.
It's a lot of inches.
Okay, dude. Okay, dude.
I'm just throwing that out there. That's a lot of inches. Might some say that it's average, but I mean
maybe too many inches.
I think way too many inches. 6 is just way too many in my opinion. But yeah, the runners so they opened up that. I don't know. I guess it's supposed to stop it from interfering with the runner's base path and the first baseman, but yeah. that's about it. That's all in
Well,
the outfield for today.
well, and I think that's Austin and Ollie today. I think that's pretty much all we got, man. I know
Yeah, I
little
think we
Christmas
did some
edition.
good stuff. Yeah,
Last time that you guys are gonna hear us before
for the
the new
year.
year. So thank you
That's
guys for rocking
crazy.
with us this year.
Shit. Yeah.
Hope you guys have enjoyed it. We've kind of had a good time doing this.
Mhm.
We're gonna keep doing it and keep pushing and kind of
Yeah.
hopefully grow in the next year. So
Start the new year with a
we appreciate
bang, man.
yeah, that's it. So appreciate everybody for rocking with us. We're gonna be back next year. We ain't going around. I mean, the Cowboys may be disappointing right now, but we got a little bit of life with the Mavs. And worst case scenario, we can always fall back on the World Series champion Texas Rangers until the start of the
Oh
season.
yeah.
So with that, guys, thank you so much for listening. This was episode 19 of Austin Ollie Sports Podcast. Remember, check us out on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Instagram, TikTok. All of our socials are below. Instagram is at Austin and Ollie. TikTok is at Austin_and_Ollie. YouTube, Austin Ollie Sports Podcast. So yes, guys, check
Easy.
us out everywhere.
Easy.
We'll be around. Interact with us. You see us out and about. Say what's up. But with that, guys, thank you guys so much for listening. We'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.